back everyone, Kicking the Chicken here with a brand new Destiny 2 Nightfall tips update and a look at this week's milestones. This is the first Nightfall strike of the new year, and Bungie is using a Curse of Osiris mission for the strike. So before we begin, let's take a look at some do's and don'ts of the Nightfall. Do pay attention to the timer. In this Nightfall strike, the timer is hard set by the 0-hour modifier. Unlike other modifiers that allow you to extend the clock by shooting objects or killing enemies, this one doesn't, so what you see at the beginning is it. Do pay attention to the modifiers. There are many modifiers that Destiny will use to change up the strike and keep it challenging. This week, the modifier is Torrent, which means that all of your abilities will fill up faster, which you will most definitely need if you wish to do this week's milestone. Do be a team player. One-man wrecking crews are fine if you are soloing it, but if not, turn your mic on and try to stick together as much as possible. Remember, if one person goes down, the whole team suffers as the enemies are relentless. Work as a fire team and you should have no problem. Now for the don'ts. Don't rage quit. Strikes can be hard. Nightfall strikes can be hard times 10. Doesn't mean that you can just quit in the middle and leave your teammates to suffer alone. And that is pretty much it on the don'ts. Now, let's get to it. Once you land on Mercury, you are told by the game to enter the Infinite Forest. The first part of the strike is mostly just running, not gunning. If you allow yourself to get bogged down in a firefight, you won't have any time left to kill the boss. So you will keep running and running until you get to this section here. This area is filled with Vex and Cabal, with a huge Minotaur-looking Vex being protected by a shield. You have to get inside this barricade and destroy that cube. Do that and his shield will drop, then you can finish him off. There are several of these mini boss fights throughout the rest of the strike. So get in the barricade as quickly as you can, destroy the boxy thingy, kill Vex, and then move on. And spam, spam, spam your grenades. Watch that timer as the seconds can really start to tick off. I found that you really need to reach this boss with at least 8 minutes left on the clock, but I am sure the boss can be defeated in less time by really skilled players. If you are an average gamer like myself, you will need at least 8 minutes. If you are trying to get the Rat King quest, then you will need a lot more time on the clock, as you have to finish a strike with more than 5 minutes remaining. Now, to the boss fight. This one can be a bit tricky. It will spin around the outside of the map, keeping its purple death gaze focused on you and your friends as you each try to kill the other. This thing isn't alone though, as soon as he has some pretty powerful Vex spawn in to help him out, turning the map into an episode of the Crucible's Laser Wars. Stay in cover, but the cover will disappear, leaving you standing in the open looking rather stupid when you die because you didn't have any cover. Moving on, the boss will start to bring even more ags, and the Minotaur Vex that are frozen around the edges of the map will come alive. At this point, the barricades will return, and you must get inside them, destroy the boxy thing, and return to delivering blows to the boss. It is important to note that until you destroy the boxy thing, a shield is around the boss and it will be immune to whatever you throw at it. The Vex can get overwhelming and your cover can run out fast. It is a good idea to designate one member of your team to ag control while the other two hammer on the boss. After enough lead has been thrown, the boss will go down, and you can return to the tower for your reward. In my case, it was a 330 Ingram with a pair of exotic gauntlets. Now, a quick look at the milestones for this week shows us that the donning is still taking place, and will be for the next couple of weeks at least. Nothing out of the ordinary here. Do strikes, do crucible, do mayhem. You get the point. And that brings us to the end of this week's Nightfall Strike Guide. I hope that you enjoyed the video. If you did, please leave a like and help this channel grow by pressing the subscribe button. And, as always, have a great and blessed day.